So this is my 2011 Chevrolet Avalanche LTZ. So LTZ is the top level trim. I think the only thing this vehicle is missing is power running boards. I didn't realize that was a thing for 2011 Avalanche, but I did see that in one of the assessments, NADA or KBB or something of that nature. Now I've owned this truck for a week. So I bought it last Saturday. Today is Sunday, the 6th of June, 2011. 2011. That's funny, but not true. The truck is a 2011. This is 2021. Okay, so 10 years later. Here we go. All right, I've owned it for a week. Now, the Avalanche was on my list. It's been on my list as a potential vehicle for a while. Because when I first saw the Avalanche, I said, what is that? That is an interesting looking vehicle. That looks pretty cool. It's different, and I like different. Right before this, I had an FJ Cruiser, totally different, totally awesome. Bought it stock, modified it, put some wheels, some shocks, tires, blah, blah, blah. Drove it for a year, put 22,000 miles on it, sold it, and made some cash. Before that, I had a 2009 Nissan Armada LE, I think it was, the top of the line, and man, although I didn't mind that truck, that thing was a bomb when it came to value. I bought it for about 12 grand. I traded it in maybe 2 years later, and I only got like 3,500 for it. That's horrible, horrible. Now before that, I had a Hummer H3. I bought it with 148,000 miles. I drove that for about 3 years, and I traded in at 182,000 miles. And let me tell you, that's a truck. It was a 2006. My biggest complaint about that vehicle was the fact that it had a dog of an engine. Now this inline 5-cylinder, you know what? This is not a review of the H3. What am I talking about? Shut up. Okay, let's go back. Here's the point of that. That was a unique vehicle. The FJ obviously clearly was a unique vehicle. I've had a couple of other unique vehicles before then. This was the same thing. This is cool, this is different. Now, if you're familiar with the Avalanche, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Primarily, its claim to fame is this back. Not only this factory tonneau cover, it has these storage bins, kind of like the Ram boxes, wink wink, but it has the midgate. So the midgate situation is where you can lower these back seats, okay, flip them down, take this glass off, and then well, let me just show you. What the hey? Well, I almost can't show you. Okay, so I would edit that out if I could, but whatever. Anyway, the whole point is that there's a wall that ends here like on most pickup trucks, but that wall actually folds down. Anyway, it's a unique thing about it. Here's the problem. As cool as that is, you know, I used my FJ for off-road, for adventure, for camping, took it off. That thing was a beast. It climbed anything. Things that I were like, to me, seemed like they were that angle. This thing took on no problem. I'm not going to do that in this. And I get that. But I wanted something larger, something with more space, more room, something to put a rooftop tent, go overlanding on it. I could do that in this. I could lift it. I could jack it up, put a 2-3 inch lift on it, put some nice knobbies on it, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing, guys. This is not really a truck. You know what I'm saying? It's not a truck. Really what this is a Chevy Suburban. This is a GMC Yukon XL. That's what this is. And that's what this is. So get it in your mind. Chevy Suburban, and they chopped the back off, and now you have this instead. Ta-da! And that's cool. That's cool. But what's not cool is if you go into this vehicle expecting this to be a truck, a brawny truck, that's not what it is. And so that's what I realized after about 2 days of driving it. The thing is like a Cadillac. Hint, hint. Cadillac EXT. Same vehicle, right? Save for the fact that the Cadillac EXT has that 6-liter instead of the 5.3. I think the 6-liter is an option in one of these, I'm not sure. But it comes standard and it's all-wheel drive on the EXT. So, if you're looking for a truck, which I was looking for, then this is not it. But if you're looking for what I would call a street truck, this is it, man. This is glass. It drives so smooth. Click, click on the shifter. Vroom, quiet, smooth. Again, like a Cadillac. You know, that's a cliche, but it's true. And that's what this is. So what am I doing now? I'm in the market again. I was in the market 2 days after I bought it. Not because I hate it. This thing is an LTZ. It's fully loaded. It has everything you want on it. Cooled and heated seats, the stereo, Bose, bibbidi bobbidi boo, sunroof, power everything. It's fantastic. But it's not a truck. Now I test drove 2 trucks this weekend. I test drove a 2014 Toyota Tundra. It was a limited. And the 2014 Ram 1500 Laramie Longhorn. Let me say that again. Laramie Longhorn. Now, why is that important? Because a Longhorn, that's cool. That's cool. It brings out the cowboy in me. And I like to think that some portion of me was created to be a cowboy. Now, granted, I was born in Bronx, New York. Not too many cowboys there. But you know what? That's what makes me different. So I haven't totally fulfilled my calling, but maybe it's coming. I'll tell you what, getting that Longhorn is going to get me closer to that. So that's that. Those are both trucks. And out of those two, the Tundra is the truck of trucks. That is like brawn, hairy. If you know what I'm talking about, it's got hair on it. It's got brawn all over it. The limited, it's kind of funny because they say limited. It's like Toyota tries to make it luxury. It's not. I mean, they slap leather on the seats. You know, they put, I don't know what, luxury. Leather, sunroof, wood grain trim, and that's limited. Then the platinum is, I don't know, maybe quilted seats, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like taking a horse and padding it with fancy doilies and making that horse a limited edition. It's still a horse. It's gonna ride like a horse, feel like a horse, smell like a horse. And that's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? So the Tundra is like that, but I dug it. Got in the Tundra, click, click, boom, just like that. Boom. And you know, the fuel is down and low, but you know what? I feel like I'm in a truck. I don't feel like I'm in a truck in this thing. I feel like I'm in a smooth street truck. That's what it is. You know what I would do with this? I would lower it. I'd put some fancy wheels and tires on it. I would actually lower it, tint out the windows, black out this and that. That's what it looks cool as. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some Avalanches where some homies do build it for overlanding and whatnot. And there's some cool looking ones. Very, very few. And they do very specific things that make it look cool. They'll put a bike rack there, which I think is cool. And if I were to stay with this, I would do that. And they'll put some lights up there and they'll lift it. They'll put some knobbies on it, but it's so sensitive to what you do to it. Whereas the Tundra or the Ram product or the Ford F-150 product, even the Titan, you know, those are, again, trucks. I feel like I'm missing something. The GMC/Chevy trucks, the Silverado and the Sierra. You know, those are trucks. Those are proper trucks. And I'd put the Tundra on the top of the list as far as a truck. Even more truck than an F-150, which I think is pretty close to the bottom. Or, excuse me, pretty close to the top, I should say. Anyway, that is my assessment of the Avalanche. Beautiful truck. And if you're looking for a nice street truck with luxury appointments that has a lot of utility, which this does, and great appointments, which this does, including your cooled seats and your heated seats, and these are buttons, and it's got windows and bibbity bobbity yabbity doo. And yeah, then this is your truck, absolutely. But if you're looking for a man truck, brawny truck, don't do it. Don't do it. Here's the other thing. Check this out. My seat is back. I think almost all the way back. I'm 6'5", 6'4.5", and get this. Okay. Here's what I'm trying to show you. Now, the Tundra, I could span my fingers this way and still have another half a hand before I reach the edge of the seat on a Tundra crew cab. That's incredible. That's an incredible amount of space. And I tell you, if space is important to you, which it was for me, that's another reason you're going to forego this. I got three little ones. They're not little anymore. That's the entire point, right? If they were, not a problem. But they're teenagers. 2 out of 3 are teenagers. Can they fit in there? Yeah. Will they be super comfortable? No. Will they be able to stretch their legs? No. In a Tundra? Oh yeah, it's like a living room, not a big deal. Again, that's my assessment, and that's all I got to say about that. Check